Hello everyone, and welcome to our new episode of the Expat Career and Lifestyle podcast. This is Dominika Miernik, your host, and today I am coming to you with our interview with our special guest, Silvia Pingitore. She's a multilingual journalist, novelist, and illustrator with 3 books published in Italy, her native country. She has lived in 5 different countries and is the founder and editor-in-chief of the Shortlisted, the UK's #1 independent career magazine. And with Silvia, we are going to speak about how she started her online magazine, her challenges, obstacles, and also she will be sharing with us her advice about how to build and grow an online magazine. So listen to the interview and let me know what are your learning points. Hello everyone, and welcome to our new episode of the Expat Career and Lifestyle podcast. I have a very special guest with me, Silvia. She's a multilingual journalist, and we will be talking about her international life experience and how she created and is building her online magazine, The Shortlisted. So welcome, Silvia. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. Hi, Dominika. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me today.
We are very excited to have you on our podcast. So please tell us more about you and what are you doing?
Okay. So maybe you want to know how the journey with the Shortlisted magazine started or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, well, I've been a journalist since I basically left school. I was like 19 when I started out. And writing has always been my thing, and I also had like 3 books published in Italy nationwide. And in this particular case, when it comes to the Shortlisted magazine, I have been shortlisted myself like hundreds and hundreds of times for actually like a plethora of different jobs in many countries of Europe and in many industries and different positions. And that gave me the understanding of how the recruitment process really works and what it takes to land your dream job and blah, blah, and so on. And then I thought I learned like a lot and I wanted to share this knowledge with people. So when it has come to find like a good brand name for this project, I had no doubt it couldn't be other than the Shortlisted. And this is how the magazine started.
Great. So it was like based on your own experience being interviewed, and looking.
Yeah. The serial job interview. I had like hundreds and hundreds of job interviews. So I was like in the good place to give, advice and tips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the name. It's a great idea. The Shortlisted. Yeah. So like, what was your biggest, the biggest challenge or like the biggest obstacle when starting this magazine Shortlisted and also running an online magazine? Like, what is the biggest challenge?
Well, I think the other thing I believe is clearly like making money out of an editorial project without compromising on the whole quality of content. Then, of course, attracting readers, creating and especially retaining an audience.
Mm-hmm.
But I love my work, so I love this project. It actually represents like a big part of my life. So as they say in the UK, keep calm and carry on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what can you do like to overcome those what else can you do like to overcome those obstacles?
Well, I think knowledge gives you kind of freedom because you can like outsource particular bits of some big piece of work. But ultimately, you have to understand your own industry, to understand perfectly how things work,
mm-hmm.
and to develop, I think, a slightly different skill set from the one you have. Because in my case, of course, I was a journalist, so I'm like good at writing and drawing pictures, illustrators, and stuff like that. But
mm-hmm.
then all the the commercial aspect, all the like making money and finding like good, way to make money basically, but without going into the membership model. So with me, people don't actually pay, to read. It's not like based on subscription. And I'm trying to set up a business model based on sponsorship, but clear advertising, so no mixed up.
Yeah, because I think this is like the biggest challenge of people who are thinking about having like an online magazine or blogging to make money. If it's still like possible to make money online.
Yeah, but I think that it's not like if the other part is making money, but the other part is actually being yourself while you make money.
Yeah.
So like not overselling stuff to people, because your audience still need to trust you. So you wouldn't want to disappoint them or to let them down just trying to sell. But this is not my case. So I'm still working on the business model to make it financially viable.
Yeah, so it's like about building relationship or building like rapport with your.
Yeah, of course, networking. Yeah, it's everything, and IT skills and finance and everything. Running a business is everything.
Yeah, exactly. There are like many pieces. Yeah. And you can learn a lot. Yeah, while running a business. So, like, what would you advise to an international woman or an expat or a digital nomad who is like thinking about starting her own online magazine?
Well, I actually tell them, like, darling, think again, because this is not the industry when you're going to make like big money overnight. It takes time, it takes ages to come up with a good editorial product. And you know what? If you don't have that burning passion inside you, just go for something smaller, just go for something easier. But if on the other hand, you have your heart and you're very sound on it, and you really, really, really want to do it, well, then go and do it, but be prepared to learn a completely different set of skills made up of content strategy, finance, networking, IT, WordPress. Like managing your website with WordPress is not that easy, and you always have like problems, bugs and stuff like that, but you can learn everything if you want to.
Yeah, so it's like starting small, I think, and then learning, step by step. So how to so I think that this is like another like big obstacle or maybe like a big concern, how to stand out from online world competition, because there is so much online now. So how to like be different or stand out from the competition that is online?
Well, actually, in this case, the Shortlisted magazine doesn't really have any direct competitors, because there's no independent publication out there that focuses only on work and career. This is why the Shortlisted is the UK first independent career magazine, because you can find, like columns or blog posts or, spread article about work and career, like in lifestyle blogs and stuff like that. But there isn't any really independent publication talking exclusively about this kind of topics. And moreover, it actually tells nothing but the truth about work and career. So it has, all the content is honest, straightforward, and no bullshit. And all the interviews with celebrities talks about work and career as well. All the interviews are honest and frank, so no bullshit. Among the others, I've interviewed Giorgio Armani and the winners of the BBC Apprentice. And the rest of career content out there is all written by HR professionals or recruiters. So they've got their own opinion about all the recruitment process, but this is not the opinion any job seeker would possibly share. It's different.
Yeah, so it's like providing a good content.
Yeah, seeing things from the other perspective. Because you are always like told off by recruiters saying you're not good enough, or you're not good enough at this, at the job interview. You can do, your best, but you've got like plenty of other stuff that cannot work and is not your fault, So I think this is important to show people how things really work.
Yeah, I think it's like show like also like behind the scenes and being clear with everything. So how was interviewing Armani? Was it exciting?
he gave like interesting bits of comments on how you should dress at work, because as I previously said, all the content is focused about topics of work and career. So the interview was about how to dress properly at work. And he said that when women first started being in the workplace, they were just trying to be, to look more like men.
Mm-hmm.
But now things are different, because we can still be successful in the workplace, but, be more feminine, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good interview. And also the ones with the winners of the BBC Apprentice. You have lived in Manchester, so you must know this TV show. And they've got great stuff to tell you about business and about. One question I always ask them is, what was your dream job as a child? Because I think this really makes the difference,
Mm-hmm.
because you can tell if they've got the right passion or not, based, of course, also on that.
Yeah, so what was your dream job as a child?
This one, actually. I always dreamt of being a novelist and a journalist and an illustrator, so this is what I did. The only problem is that you don't, as previously said, you don't really make much money.
Yeah, but I think it's important, like, if you are like passionate about something, it's important to keep.
I think definitely you can make things work, but just it's a bit more difficult than you would normally do. For example, if you wanted to be just an HR professional, it is far easier, to be just a salesman. Well, not just a salesman, but it is a job with more clear perspective on your career path. But journalism is always tricky. And I'm not even writing in my native language because I'm Italian. I write in English, so it's more and more difficult. But it pays off because I'm happy.
Yeah. So you have like many passions. So how do you combine them, and how do you find the time like to fulfill those passions?
Well, the website actually combines many of my passions, like the passion for drawing, for graphics, designing, illustration, and of course you have the written word and the journalist side of it into the website. And then when it comes to finding the time to do the rest, maybe I think I don't sleep enough at night, to be honest. Because the day is just too short to do everything, but I try to.
Yeah, so it's like about organizing your life. Be organized. Yeah. So what are your plans for the future regarding the Shortlisted magazine? So you said something about membership, about
I say I want to I want to work on the business model of it, but my priority is not to compromise on the quality and on the values especially. So I wouldn't like sell stuff that I don't believe in. And I want to improve the financial model, basically to be able to make a proper living out of it someday. Maybe not now, but someday. And I want, of course, improve the content and the graphics and the usability for the users. And then, of course, grow myself together with the magazine. I've got like nearly 40 contributors and guest bloggers. And you have been one of them with your great couple of articles. And I hope I'll get more of them in the future. And then, one of my dreams when it comes to celebrity interviews is being able to interview Take That and Robbie Williams. It's childish, I know.
Great. So we are looking for this interview with with Robbie Williams and also with other.
It's hard, man. It's really, really hard. If you're not the New York Times, it's hard to secure celebrity interviews.
Great, Silvia. So thank you very much for being with us today and for sharing your experience. So please, where can we find more information about you and the magazine?
Oh, well, you're most welcome, Dominica, and thank you so much for having me. And you can visit the Shortlisted at the-shortlisted.co.uk. And we are also on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. So please feel free to connect and share your ideas for a better way of working.
Great, great. So thank you very much for sharing
Thanks,
that.
Dominica.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you very much for listening. Please tell us what are your learning points from this interview. Share in the comments, and I will be back soon with another fantastic guest. Thank you very much, and goodbye.